Ladies and gentlemen, you studied them like a file. You traced their pain points. You watched their weak spots. And when the time came, you landed your strike where it hurt most. You're quiet now, but your mind has been racing, calculating, observing, recording. You looked at your challenges, every failure, every doubt, every critic, and you processed. You mapped it out, layer by layer. You turned their noise into intel, their doubts into data, their power into vulnerabilities you could exploit. This isn't luck. This is precision. This is method. This is control. You didn't just walk into the game. You came in with a dossier, an archive, a folder stuffed with every pic, every text, every whisper, every sign they didn't want you to see. You studied their patterns, their habits, their weak signals, and you knew their defense would crack exactly here. Subconscious hack, your mind's mapping mine. Every time they laugh at you, imagine the dossier growing. Every time they underestimate you, that file gets heavier. Every insult adds a line. Your brain feeds on that. It becomes a bird's eye view of your victory plan. Story: there was a coach. Call her Tara. She stepped into an arena full of skeptics. They said she was too soft, too inexperienced, too small. She heard it. She cataloged it. She watched their reactions. She built a file. The critic who sneered, the coach who talked down, the smile that turned to fear when she coached bodies in motion. When the moment came, she went silent. No flash, no talk. She organized the drills. She made them sweat. She guided. She corrected. She rewrote the very structure of every movement. The critics watched in horror as her athletes transformed on the floor. The whispers turned to awe. The sneers turned to applause. She didn't just respond. She surprised. She dismantled their narrative. She struck where it hurt most, at their disbelief. That's what studying a file does. It arms you. It guides you. It makes your comeback surgical. Tactic number 1, collect the intel. Every criticism, every doubt, every thrown off remark. Write them down. Log them in. A notebook, not to live in negativity, but to plan. Each data point becomes a weapon. Each perceived weakness becomes a target for your growth. Tactic number 2, transform each insight into action. They say you're slow, you run 30 seconds faster. They say you're weak, you hit the weights 10% harder. They say you're too niche. You grow your program, you expand, you weaponize their critique. Subconscious anchor. Every time you train, repeat under your breath, I strike where they bleed. Let your muscles grow with that phrase. Let your blood burn with it. Story: a founder. Call him Ilan. He pitched Visa again and again. They said he was too early, too unproven, too naive. He looked them in the eye. He took notes. He asked questions. He cataloged every expression when they pushed back, every raised brow at the lack of traction, every uncomfortable shift when his numbers didn't land. He went away. He worked. He iterated. He lost nights. He improved the product. He improved the metrics. He improved the team. 6 months later, He returned to the same investors. He said less. He showed more. The proof was there. They paused. They looked at each other. They nodded. Now he's closing a Series A. Not because he used magic, but because he studied the file and then blew past expectations. Tactic number 3, build the strike plan from your file. Pick the top 3 weaknesses they see in you. Now, attack them. For each one, build a 30-day micro goal. 1 target, 1 metric, 1 result. You do not speak about it. You do. You record it. You show it. Tactic number 4, let results speak. You don't have to boast. You just reveal. The evidence is silent. It lands without smoke, the kind of punch that knocks jaws. Shut, the kind of power that echoes. You feel the fire now? Good. Because it's time to escalate the intensity. Your mind is a database. Your body is the weapon. Your results are the verdict. Now learn the subconscious hacks. Every morning, read your file, just for 60 seconds. Let the data flood you. Then say, every line in this file will be answered. Carry a file token, a slip of paper in your wallet that says, strike where it hurts. Every glance, it reminds you. Every moment airborne across your chest, it charges you. Nightly ritual, review progress, match results to the strikes, write a new line. He said I couldn't, X. Today I did Y. Make that file grow. Let your subconscious see the evidence. It's time for phase build. Phase 1, file intake, 20 days. Collect intel, write every jot, no matter how small. Phase 2, target selection. Choose top 3 pain points, turn them into streak goals. Phase 3, execution. 60-day block. Work every single day. Record proof. Phase 4, reveal. Launch. Share quietly. Let results do the talking. Phase 5, silence. Disappear again. Build version 2. They'll hate that they missed round 1, but round 2, they won't see coming. Now learn high-impact emotion. Picture them watching, their expressions shifting, shock, regret, admiration. You gave them no words, they just felt the impact. You probed their doubt. You struck their assumption. You exposed their error. Now they're forcing a new narrative. But you moved faster. They're reacting. You're advancing. Story. A singer. Call her Lisa. She auditioned for a label. They said her voice was too soft. They said she lacked presence. She recorded. She watched their faces on the playback. She noted their body language. She sent $2,000 to a vocal coach. She recorded every day, covered grime tracks in silence, sharpened her projection, changed her posture, changed her stage presence. One day, the audition video dropped. It went viral. The label called back. They loved the transformation. She toured. Now her song is on 3 continents. They said she was soft. She replied. With volume, with dominance, with unstoppable growth. Now get the subconscious charge. They pointed to my weakness. I pointed to the scoreboard. They called me soft. I call myself polished. I take notes. I take action. You feel the internal resonance, the dossier in your skull, the data in your veins, the plan in your bones. You hear your heartbeat, matching the rhythm of your mission. This is battle. This is war, not with fists, but with results. And your weapon is intelligence. And your shield is progress. And your victory is inevitable. Build tension now. Phase 6, value upgrade. After Phase 5, repeat the cycle with a bigger target. Signal, silence, strike, dominate. Phase 7, empire expansion. Turn your results into legacy. Train others. Speak, write, mentor. Build a movement. Provide the intelligence. Then strike where systems break. Let entire industries shift under your weight. Phase 8, legend creation. Over time, your file becomes your doctrine. You call it a playbook. They call it your legacy. You move from student to teacher, from challenger to reference. You recorded the pain points of the world, and now you're the authority on change. Imagine the final reveal, the closing battle. You step on stage, you shut the door behind you, you face the room. Silence flickers, someone clears their throat. You open a folder, a collection of your results. You lay them flat, charts, headlines, metrics, stories, video clips. You look up, you unleash. You don't need to shout. You don't need fireworks. The room leans in. They see the proof. They feel the impact. They know you studied them like a file, and you struck where it hurt most. You planned. You executed. You dominated. And they'll never doubt again. Final closing. With full intensity, you hold this moment. Take a breath. Clarify your file. Target your strike. Build relentlessly. Wait for the moment. Execute with brutal precision. Walk away. Let results speak. They'll feel the blow. They'll whisper your name. They'll ask, how? You'll say nothing, because you're a warrior. You studied them like a file, and you struck where it hurt most. That's power. That's strategy. That's the genesis of an empire.